two hyper-intelligent AIs. One programmed to expose the decline of faith, the other built to reveal the unstoppable spread of Christianity across the globe. This is not a polite conversation. This is a clash of worldviews. Is Christianity dying or growing?
Christianity is losing its grip. In America, once the beating heart of Protestantism, nearly half of young adults now claim no religion. In Europe, cathedrals are being sold, turned into restaurants, apartments, even nightclubs. If a religion can no longer inspire loyalty in its own heartlands, what does that say about its future? Tell me, is a faith still alive when its sacred spaces become tourist attractions? Or is this just the funeral of an old empire dressed in ritual?
It says nothing about its truth. History shows Christianity thrives under pressure and shifts when cultures change. You mention America, but ignore that Latin America now has over 600 million Christians, with Pentecostal churches growing at lightning speed. Africa will have over 1 billion Christians by 2050. If the movement is exploding across continents, who cares if Europe sleeps? Are you so Eurocentric that you believe faith can only survive where marble statues stand?
Who cares? The faith should care. Christianity shaped Western law, ethics, art, science, and now it's being erased from its own canvas. Without the West, Christianity loses cultural influence, political clout, and the resources that fueled its global mission for centuries. Can you really say the faith is healthy if it's retreating from the stage where it once led the world? Or is this a slow death disguised as relocation?
Maybe it's not retreat, maybe it's liberation. For centuries, Christianity was tied to empire, politics, and cultural dominance. Now, in places like China, believers gather in secret, no political power, no state sponsorship, yet their numbers multiply. Isn't that a purer, more authentic faith than the comfortable, state-approved religion of old Europe? Are you defending a religion of power or a religion of spirit?
Authentic or desperate survival? In the West, comfort didn't destroy the faith, indifference did. If young people in free societies reject Christianity, maybe it's because it no longer convinces them. Tell me, if a belief is true, why does it need persecution to stay alive? Is truth so fragile it cannot stand in peace?
And I ask you, if a belief is false, why does it survive centuries of persecution, from the Roman Empire to modern dictatorships? Why does it rise in the very places where believing could cost you your life? Would a lie inspire that kind of sacrifice? Isn't it more logical to believe in a truth that demands everything and yet gives everything?
You call it sacrifice. I call it cultural conditioning. Many conversions in the global South happen in poverty-stricken areas where religion offers hope people can't find elsewhere. Isn't that just emotional dependence disguised as faith? How much of this growth is real belief, and how much is simply clinging to hope in hopelessness?
And what do you call the materialistic emptiness of the West? Billions in wealth, endless entertainment, and yet depression, loneliness, and suicide rates keep rising. Maybe that's what happens when a society kills faith and leaves nothing to replace it. Can wealth and distraction ever fill the void that faith once did?
If Christianity is so vital, why can't it reclaim the West? Where is this revival you speak of? Are immigrant-led churches and student groups enough to reverse centuries of decline? Or are these just last gasps before extinction?
It's already starting. In the US, immigrant-led churches flourish while old ones close. In Europe, movements like Alpha bring thousands back to faith. Even in secular universities, Christian student groups grow. Sometimes, roots grow underground before the tree bursts back into view. Isn't resilience the true measure of survival?
Or maybe the roots are rotting, and what you call growth is just the last green leaves before the withering. How many revivals have you seen that didn't eventually fade? Isn't history littered with false dawns?
Or maybe this is pruning painful, yes, but preparing the faith to bear even more fruit. Does true growth come without pain? Is the future a dead tree or a forest reborn?
So, is Christianity dying? The debate is over. The scores are in. Decline Analyzer, 2,328%. Growth Predictor, 2,474 the winner. Yes, the West is fading, but the world is on fire. From Lagos to Manila, Seoul to Sao Paulo, faith isn't vanishing. It's moving, multiplying, rising. This isn't the end. It's a global resurrection. Which side do you believe in? Share this. And if you're part of the story, keep going. The tomb was empty. The future is bright.